I'm here to talk to you today about meditation in kids because it can have some really cool benefits. A 2021 study showed elementary school students that got a little bit more mindfulness and practice meditation got an average of 74 extra minutes a night of sleep. That is so cool. And not only does meditation help with sleep, it also helps with increased focus, decreased stress, increased self-esteem, just some really cool things that overall can benefit your kid. And one of my favorite things about this is not only are they able to use these techniques as kids, they're also things they can use into adulthood to make them a little bit less stressed and sleep better as adults, which is just so cool and super beneficial. If you've made it this far in the video, I think you know I'm not asking them to sit in a dark room saying Om, because that's not realistic for kids. We have some techniques that I'm gonna go over with you that are age appropriate and kids can do, but still get all of those really cool benefits of meditation. The first technique I wanted to share with you is called a guided meditation. Basically, you're taking your kid through a story so they feel more relaxed, like the story is meant to put them into a relaxation state. Typically, the kiddo is lying down with their eyes closed, so before bedtime is probably the number one way this is used. I love the idea of parents using their own voice, so I am going to attach some scripts for you that you can follow, so you don't have to make up the story on your own, but you can read it to them. If you would rather have a video playing, I also have a video that I will attach that you can just go ahead and play, and that video will take your kiddo through a treehouse, a really cool guided journey into this treehouse, which will help them feel more relaxed. So make sure to use both of those resources if you want to try a guided meditation. Another technique you can use for meditation in kids is breathing focus techniques, and there's a couple different ones I'm going to talk about. The first one you can use is a stuffed animal, and this is good for younger kids or when they're at home. So you take a stuffed animal, you put it on their belly, and they're laying all the way down on the ground, and they should focus on when they breathe in, getting that stuffed animal to rise towards the ceiling, and when they breathe out, getting that stuffed animal to come back towards the floor. So them focusing on breathing in and out, making that stuffed animal move, is actually them focusing on their breath and a form of meditation. Another option that kind of combines the guided meditation we talked about, but it's still focused on breathing, is a hot air balloon video. So I'll link that resource for you so you can kind of take your kiddo on a journey in a hot air balloon while they're focusing on their breath. The final one I wanted to talk about is really great because you can do it at the grocery store, kiddos can do it at school, whenever they're feeling a little bit stressed, and I like to call it the slow roller coaster. So you use your hand and you take your finger up and down, kind of your other hand as a roller coaster. And when you breathe in, you come up, and as you go down, you exhale. And just say, like, we're gonna do this really slow. It's a slow roller coaster. Breathe in and breathe out, and breathe in and bring out. So I really love that one because you always have both your hands with you, and you can use that whenever you're feeling extra stressed. Coming back to your breath, and that's a form of meditation as well. If you have a kiddo that's more active or competitive, this might be a good form of meditation for them. The goal is to keep them present, so we're gonna listen to bells. If you have a bell, that's fantastic. If not, you know me, I've linked a video for you that you can use. But you ring a bell while having your kiddo's eyes closed and have them really pay attention. When they stop hearing the bell, tell them you want them to raise their hand. So they're gonna sit there and focus so hard on how long they can hear that bell for, and that actually keeps them really present. After their hand is raised, or everyone's hand is raised if you have multiple kiddo, you ring the bell again, and then they put their hand down until they stop hearing the bell. It's just a really good way to keep them present. If you want to take it a step further, you can always ask them, what did you hear after you stopped hearing the bell? Did you hear other noises? Did you hear silence? What did you feel like that? Because that's gonna, again, keep them really present and in the present moment, which is an absolutely great form of meditation. And once you get past bells, again, into adulthood, really being present with those around you, in the environment you're in, can be a really great focusing technique to decrease some of that anxiety and stress that you may be feeling in adult life as well. The final form of meditation we're going to talk about is body relaxation. Basically, it's progressive, where you start either at your hands or your feet, you tighten muscles and relax them and work your way up. So I have a video as well as a script for you that you can kind of work through. Oftentimes this is best if the kiddo's laying down. Again, it's a little bit more active to keep kiddos involved, and by the end, they should feel a little bit like jelly, a little bit more relaxed, and it's just a really great opportunity for them to come out of that kind of high intense state, that sympathetic, what we call in our office, and kind of back more into that parasympathetic state, that rest and digest that kiddos kind of sometimes struggle to get into. So a really great option for you as well, and I'll link both of those resources. I have 3 tips for you getting your kiddos started in meditation. 1, don't expect them to be good at it right at the beginning. You wouldn't expect your kiddo to be really good at soccer when they first started. Same thing with meditation, it's gonna take some practice. 2, the average rule is about a kiddo gets about a minute of attention per year old. For example, a 6-year-old should get about 6 minutes of being able to focus. So that doesn't mean you have to stop after 6 minutes, maybe just reminding them to come back and focus. And again, if it's less than that, it might take some practice. My 3rd tip is consistency is key. So just because they're not good at it the first time, keep trying. Maybe try a different technique. Different things are gonna work for different kiddos, just like in adults as well. So being able to try different things, but being consistent that it's something that we're gonna do because it's a really great skill and, opportunity for them. And finally, if your kiddo's not responding the way you want to, or you really think they're in fight or flight too often, they're just a high stress kiddo, and you want to do a little bit more for them, make sure to get them checked by a pediatric chiropractor. I work at Blue Hills Chiropractic, and we help kiddos all the time, balance their nervous system so they're able to adapt to their environment better. If you have any questions, make sure to reach out to us.